Hey, so for this game, I try to be more aggressive. I ended up taking some bad fights and poor mechanics as usual. And yeah, that's just how I could have played it better and stuff.
Alright. Full cleared down. This is a game. Let me go back. Assume top lane has ignite. That's just what Yons usually go. See when you press tab. Yeah, this is a game double top laner have ignite. So this game, if you want to path up, you could. As you know, I always say, I always personally path towards volatility. And anytime both top laners take ignite, that usually screams volatility. I think pathing down is still good too, because bot is also a pretty aggressive matchup. It's Jinx Nami versus Draven Karma. Both is fine. I just think that if there's a game that you wanted to path up, um, this is definitely not a bad one. Especially because Diana loves starting her red side just because she wants to cycle her Raptors and Krugs faster than her Wolf's Grom, because Raptors and Krugs are worth more XP and gold, and obviously Diana excels at killing AoE camps because of her passive. But either way, it's not a big deal. Pathing bot is never bad, as Perry says. Full clear, everything looks normal. Basic, you don't think you could do dragon because you don't have any bot pros. You base again. I think that's fine. Play for top crab. So far, everything looks good. And here now you know you have 6 advantage. You know that because when you see him, when you saw the jungle here a second ago, where was it? You see he's level 5, right? You both clear down this game. So I think when you take this grab, you should be playing to Davida's red because you know you have guaranteed 6 advantage because you just saw him turn level 5 and your camp spawn same time. The second your blue spawns, his red spawns, right? So you see his red spawns in 3, 2, 1, boom, his red just spawned, right? And it takes him what 15 seconds to do his red buff. So here, first of all, I would smite this camp instantly because you have 2 smites, right? So I'd smite this camp and now you'll have your second smite for the invade, and now you invade knowing you have knowing you have level advantage, and if you click on them, I have a feeling you have item advantage too. If not, you at the very least you have your even item. So here, um, I would just follow this echo and into the red buff here, uh, and here you'd be fighting Pantheon to death on red buff, and you'd be winning because you have level advantage. And funny enough, here it looks like Pantheon skipped his. You see how he's level 5. And if he was level 6, your ult is combat. His ult doesn't give him help in combat. So even if he's 6, you still win 1v1. Uh, but in this case, he's 5, so it's not even debatable, right? And in this case, it looks like he skipped red buff to go catch top wave. So now you'd literally be taking his red buff under his nose. And again, all your camps are synced. His Krug spawn when your Gromp spawns, your Wolf spawn when his Raptor spawn, because you guys both cleared down. Your Raptor spawn with his Wolves, red with blue, Krugs with Gromp, etc. Because you both will clear down. So the camps are all synced together. So here, while he's on top camp thing, you take his red buff. You notice he's top lane, and guess what? Then you take his Raptors too. And now jungle is over. You're gonna have such a big XP and gold lead. Where now you'll just do red, Raptors, and then you'll full clear down blue, Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, red, Krugs, base. And now you'll base level 8. I guarantee you he'll be level 7, maybe even level 6 in like 80%. And then you'll base and you'll
I
have,
think
yeah,
for me it was the Echo that was just kept hovering top, so I was afraid of going into his top side.
okay. I mean, two things. A, laners can like hover for like 5, 10 seconds. Laners cannot leave lane for more than 10 seconds. They're just going to be bleeding waves, bleeding plates, you know? And that's still a dub. If you're here and you're forcing Echo to like be a bodyguard for red buff, and you can just stand here for 20 seconds, nice. Echo's losing hundreds and hundreds of gold to tower, to wave, the plates, everything. It's still chill. He can't just stand here. And if he is standing here, you're still happy. Maybe you personally are not getting advantage, but you know that the team is getting an advantage, right? That's all that really matters, right? Um,
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of
and
sense.
also, like, why are you scared of Echo? You're full HP. He's full HP. You're level 6. He's level 6. If we press tab here and look at items, I guarantee you guys' items are pretty similar. If not, you're probably up items because junglers get more gold than laners early game because camps are worth more gold and we have more camps up early. Um, so I guarantee if you look at items, you're not even losing 1v1 versus Echo, right? Don't think of him as a mid laner. Think of him if he was playing Echo jungle, you're playing Diana jungle, and you're both level 6. Would you be scared of Echo?
No.
Yeah. So why would you be scared of him now? They don't just get a fucking power boost because their name starts with mid laner instead of jungler, right? It's a champion is a champion, right? Um, I don't so first of all he's not gonna bodyguard because he'll lose too much, and then B if he was bodyguarding you'd still be fine because you just beat him, right? So in this case you would do red Raptors, then you full clear down, recall, be level 8. you'd also have around 1,000. You'd have 1,400 gold, and you're just gonna be then you're gonna have an item and level advantage on this jungle for the rest of the game. And yeah, perfect. Look at the items by the way. Finally, you press tab. Double longsword, glowing moat. That's 800. Sorry, that's 950 gold worth of stats. Um, this guy has this. This guy has this, which is 400, 700, 700, 1850. That is 1500, 5050. So Echo has this worth of stats. This Pantheon has this. You have 850, 1250. Dark Seal is 1600. So you actually have more stats than both these champs. You have 700 more stats on Pantheon, and you actually had 50 more stats on Echo. So you were stronger than both these champions, right? So specifically, all we care about is the Pantheon because that's. But I'm saying for the like bodyguard argument, you would have beat Echo 1v1 as well. He just turned level 7. So you have better stats than this guy, and your stats on Pantheon are way better. So not only are you up a level on this guy, you're also up 600 gold worth of items on this guy. Also, I think if you compare glowing mode is kind of fake as well. So your 1v1's not even close. And I think also if we talked about this before, but I think if you press tab more, so you could identify your strengths, you'd realize, oh damn, I am way stronger than this guy item-wise. I should probably not be scared of fighting him. I should probably look to invade him or fight him more. That's like a very realistic thing that could go through your head. You know.
Yeah.
I think here just QE, um, and if he either two options, either just QE normally, and then if he flashes away, you'd have the second E to follow him, or B, if you're gonna E, you have to instantly E ult, instantly, like E, boom R instantly. So then if he flashes, as long as you get the ult thing, if he flashes, you can still follow flash, and then the R2, the come down damage, boom, the fucking thunderstruck, boom, you'd be able to follow that damage and kill him. So if you're gonna E ult and just lose the second E, like not go for the QE, it has to be instantly R. So I think both are fine how you want to play. Either just QE or ER, but you can't do E, go for an auto attack, and then like it has to be. You're only Eing first if it is an instant, zero hesitation on the ult. Make sense? Otherwise, just QE.
Yeah, I think I'm just afraid of ER because I'll R before I even get there, so that's why. Again, my like it's just a mechanics issue.
Yeah, then just opt into the Q then, or just be less scared.
I think the Q was probably better.
hmm He does grubs. We look for a bot gank. Makes sense. See again, I don't know why you're not QEing. I don't know why you E here. Just Q, your Q's up in 1 second. Just wait. He's red buff slowed as well, so he's slowed. Just wait for your Q to come up, then QE. This guy should also die. This should be a double kill. I don't know why you're eating so much without your Q. I only do it when your ult's up, or if the E kills, which in that case neither he wasn't killing and your ult wasn't up. All right, Q. Well, I don't know why you're flashing as well. Just Q. This is Q range. Whoop. This is in range, and if he flashes it, then you'll just chase normally. Yeah. Ping earlier. Target ping. Shouldn't have flashed. Because also when you Q like this, if you just Q and he flashes it, you didn't kill him, but at the very least it's still a favorable trade. He flashed, you didn't. Now you're up a flash in the exchange, right? Right? And then it's like, and that's already a dub in itself, you know. But when you Q flash, now you went even in the exchange. You both flashed and you didn't get the kill, so now you're pissed, right? Also, another thing is, you've heard me say this thousands of times. Everyone who's been in the group sessions has said this. Please use your smite when you're fighting. Smite would kill. Smite does 40 damage. He had 31 HP. Smite kills. He has 29 HP. Smite would have killed him. Um, Smite does damage. It also slows. I don't know why junglers refuse to use Smite. I see this way more than I should. I have not had a single group coaching session in the last 4 months where Smite hasn't got a kill if they used it. You guys refuse to Smite. I don't know why. This guy would have died, and you would have got his flash, and you would keep your flash. So yeah. You have a lot of gold. Don't fight. You have 1,000 gold. Your mid has to base. Your mid's 1 HP, under tower, no HP, no mana. You have 1,000 gold. That's it. No flash, 1,000 gold. No mid laner. No reason to fight. And you miss your Q. QE, W, W, W. You're not using W, and now you W'd. I mean, at the very least, it could have been 1-for-1 if you landed your Q, and then it's like not the worst, but then you just missed it. So I don't think you should be fighting general, but if you're gonna fight, you gotta. It sounds funny to say you just gotta land your abilities, because at the very least 1-for-1 wouldn't have been the worst. Um,
Yeah, but I'm just fighting now just so I can get my mechanics better.
yeah, that's chill.
Cause it's I'm just bad. So the more I fight, the more I'll get used to it.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I think I like the mentality. I'm just gonna force fights to get better at fighting. I think that's a good mentality. I mean, that is the
Cause that's
correct.
what you told me.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
correct. I also think that it's also putting yourself in positions to take good fights as well. Like, for example, you know you have items 950, so I won't even like I don't even hit this thing to know if he's on it because I'd already be basing. I kill this raptor. Okay, my item's 950, and okay, I'm basing right now because I have my item right. And now to kill off map.
Yeah.
Now I'll be so strong that any fight is a good fight. I still want you to fight as
Yeah,
much.
normally I would base, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna limit test and just take it. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, just so that get that fear of not fighting. Because last VOD you said I wasn't fighting enough,
Mhm.
or I was strong and not fighting at all. I was just playing like a pussy. But obviously, you're supposed to be responsible as well, right? You can't just go dying. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I have to find that balance.
Close. I think here smite again. I actually think if you smited him for the slow, this last Q would have hit. This last one, boom. I think that would have hit just barely his toes, and that would kill him. So again, reminder that when you're fighting, just use your ult. I mean, use your smite. Don't be scared. Got the tower. Play for dragon. Ult's back up. Flashes back up. All systems go. I wouldn't base here. Like you have full HP, you have full mana. You're not basing on full item. It's just a component, right? You're also really close to full item. It's 100 gold away. You see your mid lane and your bot lane is playing super aggressively. They're diving tower. They're getting tower. They're fighting 3v3. I want to be playing on this side of the map. I want if there's a 4v4, I want to be there. If there's a skirmish, I want to be there. If we win the fight, I want to pull dragon afterwards. If we lose the fight and they pull dragon, I want to be there to fight the dragon too. This is not Operation oh, my entire team is fighting bot side. Let me go to my top camps. This is operation. My entire team's fighting bot side. Maybe I should. I'm pretty strong. I have my item. I have flash up. I have ult up. I'm full HP. Again, it's like all systems go. You have full conditions to fight, right? Um, it should not be. I have perfect fight conditions. Time to base. It's I have perfect fight conditions. My teammates are sieging tower and diving between towers. I think I should probably go help them and hover them. Instead of spam danger pinging and walking to my wolves. You know. Uh, so I think you should be in the vicinity. I think I'm glad that you finally you pulled dragon. You realized, but this should have to realize it earlier. Okay, Garen. Flanks. I mean, you just can't start you like this. You really have to QE. You're eating off rip way too much this VOD. It's like the fourth time you've done it. You're only doing it if it's like someone's like, how do you say, quarter HP and or like half HP and the E ult's gonna kill them. A full HP tank is not gonna die to E ult, right? If it's like a Karma who's half, you know, a Draven who's half HP, yeah, you don't need Q damage, you don't need W damage, you could just E ult them and they'll die. I agree, but not you know, not a you're not E ulting a full HP level 15 tank or bruiser. It's just not happening. So I don't know, it's a bad habit. You're just eating in a lot off rip. You need multiple rotations of Qs, multiple rotations of Ws, multiple Es in a fight. Stack your Conquer, stack your Dusk and Dawn. You know, I think stack your Riftmaker. It's just way too how do you say, fast. You need to slow it down. The only type of Diana that plays fights really fast and like is like full damage, glass cannon, shadow flame, death cap Diana who just wants to E ult one shot. That's not you. You are a 3000 HP bruiser with conquer healing and W shielding. You want to play fights slow and methodical. You want to sustain. You know. Same thing here. Like you don't need to jump in. You could just Q poke, keep chilling. Also, your champion doesn't excel at killing squishies. Like you could go and just how do you say you could do like a wet noodle fight with like you see like Garen and Echo are diving your backline. It's like let me go fight with them too, you know? I think you're over diving. I think a lot of times as this with this type of Diana build, you could just be like a frontline like you could just be a frontline killer. And then when you have your teammates in your vicinity, then you dive backline. Like let's say you had all your teammates next to you, then yeah, you know, full combo ulting Draven makes sense because it's you're CCing him and now your Jinx can hit him or your Yone can ult on him. But in this case, your Jinx and Yone, when you decide to ult in, you don't have a single teammate on your screen besides Volibear, right? And if you see his head, he's obviously clicking away. So you only want to be diving on backline if you have follow up, or you're fucking 20-0 and you could kill them by yourselves, or you're full glass cannon. But in this case, you have neither. You don't have teammates next to you, you aren't fed, and you're not going glass cannon. So you have no way to kill or dive the front line by yourself. I mean backline. Make sense?
Yeah.
Just play as a frontliner. Stay with your carries, peel them, and once they are in range, then you can dive the backline. And as you're on their backline, your teammates will help you kill them. WQ. This is a perfect example. Like you're like you, this is
I smited him.
yeah, good. But this is a good example of like the wet noodle fight, like Pantheon, Garen, Echo. You're healing off them almost, right? You're just taking so much damage. I wish I could show you how much damage you took this fight. You have 3,000 HP. I guarantee you took like 4,000 damage this fight, and the other 1,000 is like you healed it with Conquer, you shielded it with your W, you healed it with Riftmaker. Like you're such a high sustained champion versus these other tanks and bruisers. No, I mean, you look like you. I'm glad you're fighting more. I think again, I want to make sure